one thing that I really got into, and some of you guys have caught on to, is the flat Earth. Okay, but not just flat Earth. It goes along with stationary and domed Earth. But right now, what we'll be talking about, real quick, somebody keeps messaging me right now. But right now, what we'll be talking about, I want to show you guys, so you can prove it to yourself, that they are lying to us about the Earth being a ball. Let me explain a simple experiment that you can do yourself on your phone, that you don't need anybody's help with, that you can look with your own eyes, and that will show you that they are lying to us. They 100% are lying. So, the Earth Curvature Calculator is a program on your phone. You can Google it. Earth Curvature Calculator. And it tells you, it's false, but it's going to tell you from a distance to another distance how much the curve should be on the Earth. Okay? Now, that measurement is the Pythagorean theorem, which is, it's 8 inches per square mile. So every square mile, it's 8 inches squared. So roughly, like 100 miles, there'd be well over a mile of curve if you were to go 100 miles away. That's what the Earth Curvature Calculator does. Now, when you use this machine on Google that they have set up, it will tell you the exact same distance anywhere you are on Earth. Like, for instance, if I want to know the calculation from how much curvature is from New York to Tennessee, it's going to give me a number. It's going to figure out how long it is, how many miles, and then it's going to go 8 inches per square mile, how much curvature should be there. Okay? My point is that calculator is rated to measure everywhere the same distance. Okay, so like they say that Earth is a ball, right? It's a perfect ball. We've all seen all the NASA things where you see a perfect ball every time they take these pictures. It's always a perfect ball, right? Well, that's what the Earth Curvature Calculator is saying by its measurements, because it doesn't matter where you are on the Earth. It's a ball, right? It's a perfect ball. So whether you're over here, it's going to be the same curvature, right? And that's how the Earth Curvature Calculator works. Now, here is where you can learn for yourself that they are lying. If you do, the next thing you do is you go on YouTube and you YouTube Neil deGrasse Tyson says that Earth is an oblate spheroid. Now, the consensus in science says that the Earth is not a round ball anymore. Did you know that? I don't know if that's made it to the secular schools or not. It's an oblate spheroid. And what that is basically what he says is, well, since the Earth is spinning so fast, which it's not, but since it was when it was being created, it kind of flattened out on both sides because, it was being molded, kind of like pizza dough. When you spin it, it flattens out. Well, he said Earth isn't a ball, it's an oblate spheroid, because when it was being made, it kind of flattened out, and he literally says, it's wider at the edges, right? It goes like this instead of a round ball.
So you spin, when you spin pizza dough, it kind of flattens out. Yeah. Gets wider in the middle. So Earth, throughout its life, even when it formed, it was spinning. And it got a little wider at the equator than it does at the poles. So it's not actually a sphere. It's oblate. And officially it's an oblate spheroid. That's what we call it. But not only that, it's slightly wider below the equator than above the equator.
A little chubbier.
Yeah. Chubby is a good word. It's like pear-shaped. Pear-shaped.
all you have to do is hear science say that, whatever you want to call it, Neil deGrasse Tyson, and then go to the Earth Curvature Calculator. Then ask yourself the question, if Neil deGrasse Tyson and the consensus in science is telling me that Earth is not a perfect circle anymore, a perfect ball, right? Because like the pictures we've all seen, now they're telling us that it's an oblate spheroid, yet the Earth Curvature Calculator is giving the exact same measurements from all around the world, having the exact same amount of curvature. How does that work? You can't have both, you see. You can't have the Earth Curvature Calculator on Google telling you that the Earth is curved on all sides the exact same measurement, and then have Neil deGrasse Tyson say Earth is not a ball anymore, it's an oblate spheroid, which means that you would have to account for the odd shape of it now, and there would be different measurements of curvature if it's wider at the edges from spinning it like a pizza dough when it was being made. I hope everybody gets that. Let me explain that one more time. The Earth Curvature Calculator will give you the same amount of curvature anywhere you are on Earth. So, for instance, if somebody was in Asia and they wanted to figure out, from 500 miles away where they are in Asia to another place in Asia, it's going to be the same exact measurement as if you're in New York City and you want to figure out 500 miles away from New York City. So the Earth Curvature Calculator is accounting for a perfect circle, a perfect ball. Then you got Neil deGrasse saying it's not a perfect ball, it's an oblate spheroid. Therefore, you can't have the same measurements all around in any continent, in anywhere in the place on the Earth, because it would be different depending on where you were on the Earth if it's not a perfect ball. You see what I'm saying? So, that is the test that you can do on your own. You don't need anybody else to tell you. And you will find out that they are lying to us.